Now for our feature story of the day, let's discuss the Bitcoin price reaching $1 million per coin. This year, potentially, if not this year, then next year in 2025, depending upon when you feel the Bitcoin price will peak for this cycle. So let's break this down, starting with this headline from Forbes. Bitcoin price prediction. Can Bitcoin reach $1 million per coin by 2025? What are your thoughts, family? And I'm going to start here with some tweets from Samson Mow. He shared, seems like we're going to get that new Bitcoin all-time high before the halving. It'll put to rest the idea of cycles, which can be scary for people because it means Bitcoin could just do anything at any time, which has always been the case. And he's reiterating his prediction he made back in January of 2023. Bitcoin could make a new all-time high before the halving. And check out the divine omen here, 11:11 p.m. I love it. Bring it. That's a good divine omen. Happy 11/11. And another tweet he shared, I think this was a couple of weeks back. Let's date it. February 11th, on my birthday, another divine omen. Let's freaking go. Shout out Samson Mow. 121,000 views. He made this thread, and it's pretty good. So I want to read it to you, and then I'll get into the article we touched upon. Happy Chinese New Year. That's right. Happy New Year. 2024 is the year of the green dragon, which is the wood dragon. Its element is wood. This dragon comes once a century, representing wealth, riches, and auspiciousness. That's right. Green symbolized by jade, so the green dragon, prosperity. Combining this particular dragon with Bitcoin may usher in the Omega candle. Now, how many of you are familiar with the Omega candle? It ultimately means a $100,000 uptick on the Bitcoin daily candle. So $100,000 rise of the Bitcoin price in one single day. God candle we define as a $10,000 uptick on the daily chart, and the demigod candle we define as $5,000 in a single day. And we've already witnessed some demigod candles here this week, so you already know. But anyways, back to the thread. In Chinese culture, the green dragon is primarily associated with the wealth and financial legacy. This means that 2024 will be a banner year for Bitcoin, as Bitcoin is a savings technology that enables generational wealth. The synergy between Bitcoin and the dragon are significant. Also got to throw out, rest in peace, Bruce Lee, also a dragon sign. Additionally, 2024 marks the beginning of the 9 fortunes, an era of upward development, which lasts from 2024 to 2043. Let's go. And corresponds to fire and the sun. When gold ETFs launched, it led to an 8-year bull run. Let that sink in, family. Imagine if we just had an 8-year Bitcoin bull run, right? Well, theoretically, Bitcoin has been on a 15-year bull run if you zoom out. That's why we say when in doubt, just zoom out. Will Bitcoin ETF see a 20-year bull run? What are your thoughts, family? Let me know in that live chat. Continuing, the 9 fortunes era brings prosperity to specific industries such as technology, cyberspace, and new types of energy production, perhaps fusion. So basically, Bitcoin. The next 20 years, which are dominated by fire energy, will be favorable for Bitcoin. You're damn right. Now check that out right here. He breaks it all down. Good stuff. Maybe you don't believe the Chinese zodiac or feng shui, but 8 billion people do. Remember, the Bitcoin ETFs are coming soon to Hong Kong. Facts. They're speeding up the actual procedure because they don't want to miss out. This was news I broke a few weeks back. Best of luck to you and your family in this special year of the dragon. So there you go, family. Year of the dragon, prosperity year. Are we going to see a 20-year ETF Bitcoin bull market? What are your thoughts on that? Now let's dive deeper into this Forbes article discussing the prices. I want to show you first here history. So Bitcoin halving, the very first one to ever happen was in 2012. Now the price on the halving day, I know it's crazy. It was only $12.35. I know we all wish we were in Bitcoin in 2012 buying biddies at $12, but hey, it is what it is. Now 150 days later, which is 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, that's 5 months later, Bitcoin was trading at $127. Is that a factor of roughly 10x? Then in 2016, we had the second halving, and now Bitcoin's trading at $650. And then 5 months later, 150 days out, it was $758. And the following year, we topped 20,000, which was the cycle peak for the following cycle, right? Now in 2020, Bitcoin was trading at $100. It seems like yesterday. And in fact, after the COVID crash, I saw Bitcoin drop between 3,000 to 4,000. I seized that opportunity. How many of you did? It was a fantastic time. And I believe Ether was back under $100 at that time, just FYI, which is now 30x, the current price. Now, 5 months later, 150 days out, it was trading at $10,943. And it was the following year we hit the cycle peak where we touched the current high of roughly 69,000. I believe that was exactly on November 10th of 2021. So in the above table, you can see the past Bitcoin halving events have been able to establish long-term bullish drivers for the Bitcoin price action. The Bitcoin halving relates to its deflationary tendency and crushing its supply, which again is about to happen in frickin' 50 days. Now, the Bitcoin whales, which are large investors, have started accumulating Bitcoin. Once again, if you watch the interview I did with Santiment, I released it on my YouTube channel yesterday. Be sure to check it out because we cover all of these on-chain analytics that you need to know what the whales are doing right now, where the smart money is, and all that good stuff. They're even quoting Santiment here in the article, so make sure to check that out. Now, can Bitcoin realistically reach six figures this year in 2024? Well, many people, including our very own Jennifer here in the live chat, has been predicting $100,000 leading up to the halving. We also have Adam Back, early Bitcoin OG. He actually made a bet that Bitcoin would hit $100,000 per coin by March 31st. We got another 30 days to go. What are your thoughts on those predictions? And of course, there's others. We also have Standard Chartered Bank believing Bitcoin is set to hit 100,000 by the end of the current year. Bitcoin halving can be one of the sources to make this a reality. Now, let's dive a little deeper. Can Bitcoin realistically hit $1 million by 2025? What's your thoughts on that? Now, what first comes to my mind is Samson Mow. That's why we were just quoting him a little earlier. He's the first and foremost one that has been calling for $1 million Bitcoin price this year. He said potentially even days to weeks after the approval of the Bitcoin ETF, because he understands Bitcoin and what it represents and its capabilities of what's possible. So I want to know your thoughts, family. Now, Standard Chartered, FYI, the primary shareholder of that bank is none other than BlackRock. BlackRock is also a big shareholder in MicroStrategy. And believe it or not, Vanguard is the largest shareholder of MicroStrategy. And it's ironic that I mentioned earlier, was his name Tim Buckley? Yeah, Tim Buckley, the CEO of Vanguard, is stepping down. Why? He's not allowing Bitcoin exposure to his clients. So more than likely, he's going to be replaced with a CEO that will allow that, because that's what the market wants, which is always very interesting. So yeah, for Bitcoin to reach this price target of $1 million from 50,000, that's just a very humble, modest 20x. By the time we hit 100,000, which we know is coming soon, I believe this year, potentially before the halving. What are your thoughts? That's just another 10x. Bitcoin has 10x so many times, it's not even funny. Bitcoin is on, like I mentioned earlier, a 15-year freaking bull run. We also have Balaji, the former CTO of Coinbase, who made that very bullish prediction last year when we were having the regional banking crisis, first quarter last year. He said Bitcoin is going to $1 million within 90 days. And not only did he make the bold prediction, he put his money where his mouth is. He actually bet $1 million on it. Now, clearly, shout out to Jeremy. Thank you for subbing to the #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. Clearly, we didn't hit the target, but the thought process is correct. Bitcoin will do what it's going to do, and it has the potential to reach infinity and beyond. Why do I say that so confidently? Because the purchasing power of the dollar is mathematically guaranteed to continue decreasing over time as they continue to print more money. Whereas the purchasing power of Bitcoin is mathematically guaranteed. It's a mathematical certainty. It will increase in purchasing power against the dollar. So there is no telling how high Bitcoin can rise, because fiat Ponzi tulip bulb mania, fiat Ponzi scheme money, monopoly money has no bottom. So you got to understand that concept, right? And then you start to realize anything is possible. Shout out Earl Harris. He put the dragon sets its path. The dragon whips his tail. Dragon tail, one of my favorite kung fu moves, which is a backward sweep. You know what I mean? Pretty lit. Thank you, Earl. I appreciate that. And yes, Bitcoin will overtake the market cap of gold. Even the old school money right now is starting to realize this. And they're moving out of gold and into Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the new gold. Gold is the poor man's Bitcoin. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts, family? Now, 1 million per coin. When do you realistically feel we hit this price target? Kathy Wood of ARK Invest says by the year 2030. JV has been calling by the year 2029. That's because I believe if the cycles are still intact, which we'll find out later this year, next year, then it'll be the year preceding the halving we hit the cycle peak. So hypothetically speaking, let's just say conservatively, we peaked out in 2025 at 250,000. Well, then we're only 4x, 400% away from that $1 million milestone, which I believe will be achieved by the year 2029. But I'm also humble enough to realize I can be wrong, and Bitcoin can hit $1 million this year. I understand anything is possible, and I don't take out these possibilities because we've already seen what Bitcoin has done in the past 15 years. So to say Bitcoin can't do this means you don't understand Bitcoin. First and foremost, Bitcoin can do anything it wants. It's on its own vector. Nobody can control that. The stock market can crash, so be it. The dollar can crash, so be it. Bitcoin's going to do its thing, right? And there's a lot of money in that total addressable market, north of 700 trillion. Bitcoin's still a baby at 1.2 trillion, virtually nothing. It's not even grown up yet. It's still an adolescent, right? So you run the math. You let me know when $1 million per Bitcoin. Holla at your boy in the live chat.